Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Sexualize. I hope you're keeping well. I'm a UK registered nurse and I normally give tips and advice to overseas nurses, care assistants, senior carers, or anyone for that matter who has relocated to UK for the purpose of work. And these tips just are there to help you to navigate whilst you're here. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to maintain professional relationship in healthcare in the UK. For that matter, other countries as well. So if you like to know, not just professional relationships, it's mainly about how to maintain professional boundaries with patients in the UK. So if you like to know more about that, why not watch the video to the end. So if this is the first time you've come across my channel, you're very welcome. If you are a returning viewer or visitor to this channel, you're very welcome as well. If you've not yet subscribed to my channel, please remember to like, subscribe and share. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you very much. So let's go straight to the topic of the day, maintaining professional boundaries in healthcare in the UK. Now, these boundaries or rules about professional boundaries are set by most organizations, so every health and social care organization in the UK. So if you're not aware about what the professional boundary rules are in your organization, it's important for you to look at it and read what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing if you're not already aware. Because if you break that patient and healthcare professional relationship, or if you break the boundaries or the rules set about these boundaries, you can lose your registration as a nurse, you can lose your registration as a medic, you can lose your job as a health and social care, let's say senior carer or care assistant. So these rules are very important. They are very basic, but very important. And the rules are usually set to protect patients from harm and you as an individual who is the healthcare professional from harm as well. And healthcare professionals in this relationship or in the relationship of care, we are looked at as people in position of authority or people in position of power when you're looking after a patient, because you are looking after patients when they are in their vulnerable state, because they are unwell. So they see you as someone who has power. So you have to be careful to respect and keep that patient or maintain that boundary, professional boundaries with your patient. The rules are for both sides, not only for healthcare professional, but we need to know what the rules are. So in order to do that, we're going to be looking at what the signs of breaking the rules are. So now, one of the signs would be flirtatious behavior. For example, repeatedly touching your patient. So, there is boundaries here, so you need to know how you touch your patient. If you're washing the patient, that's it. If you're bathing, that's it. But nothing more than that. Another one is contact or visiting your patient whilst you're off duty. There is no reason for you to be contacting or visiting a patient whilst you're off duty. You finish your job for the day, that's it. If you're ringing or texting or visiting, then you're doing it to do your job, but not when you're off duty. Another one is sexualize or over familiar communication. Example, calling your patients by nicknames or kisses in text messages. So you shouldn't be giving your patients nicknames and vice versa. And if you're texting your patient, you have to be very careful how you end the text. Some people put kisses, people put things like, love emojis and all sorts of emojis. You have to be very careful what emojis you are using, emoji, whatever. Anyway, I hope you understand what I mean. you have to be careful what you put. If you start putting love heart, if you start putting all sorts of kisses, you may not mean that in any malicious way, but somebody can actually misinterpret that as you suggesting something, as you suggesting a relationship or something like that. So be very careful in how you end your text messages to patients, especially those who use mobile phones given to them by their work in order to communicate with patients or in doing their jobs. I use work phone. Most often I finish thank you or best wishes or something like that. People put kisses and all those. I wouldn't do that. So just be careful how you end your text messages, because things like that could be used against you one day in a case. So just beware. Sharing too many information about yourself or others, or unwanted and inappropriate or physical touch. So just be very careful about how much you share to your patients about yourselves, and how you should maintain that boundary if a patient is also sharing too many things for you, how you are single or this or that. It's not necessary in that professional relationship. Another one is keeping in touch even though you are no longer looking after the individual. There is no reason why you should be keeping in touch still after you have finished looking after that individual. So just be careful. Another one is unnecessary communication beyond that of a professional relationship. Example, phoning, texting, and social media contact. So most often we are not supposed to be friends or accepting fresh friendships with our patients on social media, because you don't know where that can lead you to. You don't know what you would say, or you don't know what the other person might say on social media that could be misinterpreted, or that could be used against you one day. So be careful becoming friends with your patients on social media, because you can be reported by the patient one day if things go wrong. So just be very careful. Now, what steps can we take in order to maintain the professional boundaries with our patients? One of them is don't actually pursue sexual relationship or close emotional relationship with a patient or someone close to them. You have to be very careful. Maybe you're looking after a mom and you find the daughter attractive. You have to be careful. You're not supposed to. You are looking after mom, that's it. You shouldn't be looking at daughter. So those are some of the things. Another one is avoid personal information with patients in person or online. So we've talked about that. It's just how to identify the signs and the opposite. Don't do this. So that's it. Report any sexualized behavior towards patients by colleagues. So if you see or notice a colleague is breaking that professional boundaries, you need to report it. If you don't report it, then you are a culprit. So you have to be very careful. And you must not also pursue inappropriate emotional relationship with a current patient. I don't know how many years between you looking after a patient and finishing that assignment that you can have any relationship with them. I don't know. You can find out from your organization. You must also not use your professional relationship with a patient to pursue a relationship with someone close to them. So once again, it's the same. Don't do that. If you're concerned about a patient's motives, don't ignore their behavior, because it could be taken as you encouraging the, inappropriate behavior. So if you're concerned about someone you're looking after's behavior towards you and you feel uncomfortable about it, you need to speak to someone about it. You have to try and maintain the professional boundaries in a respectful way. Make sure you don't go beyond. Another one is you need to make sure that you keep records of conversations, and you need to log off any contact from a patient. Once again, log off appropriately. No kisses, no love and things like that, because these can be misinterpreted and these can put you in trouble as well. You could transfer. So if you're looking after someone and you're having issues and you feel you've tried your best to maintain that professional boundary and the person keeps breaking it, or you are very uncomfortable with what is going on, one of the ways would be you can actually speak to someone and transfer the care of this particular person to another colleague. It's acceptable to do that. Or you can ask consent and you use a chaperone. So let's say you are a medic or you are a specialist nurse, or you're a support worker, and let's say in a clinical setting or even in a patient's home, you need to examine that patient and you feel, things are not the way they should be, and just for evidence sake, you can seek consent and then you can ask for a chaperone. A chaperone is someone else in that environment as a witness to see what you're doing. So just in case somebody says you have done A, B, C, or D, you've touched them inappropriately, there's someone else there who, and then you have to document all that. Minimizing the risk of social media. Once again, don't accept friendship requests from patients. It's not like you are disrespecting the patient, but it's only because you're trying to protect that and maintain that professional boundaries with your patients. Don't discuss medical care and treatment with patients via social media. You may find yourself in trouble. You may find yourself saying things or doing things you shouldn't be. So please don't. And also avoid sensitive personal information online, because all these things can be used as evidence against you one day. So I hope this video has been helpful. It just helps you as to how to maintain that professional boundaries with your patient. It's just to protect them from harm and to protect you as an individual as well from harm or trouble, or from you losing your registration. So take care of yourselves. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you again later. Bye-bye.